Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Very good morning, guys. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yeah, visible.
Okay, 1 second. Fine. Okay, so before moving to this, let me introduce myself. My name is Bhargav Kishore Reddy. I do have, more than 11 years of experience into software industry. So initially, I started my career as a DevOps engineer. So after that, I switched into Mule. Okay, in MuleSoft, I have, more than 5+ years of experience into industry. Uh, right now, I'm working, MuleSoft architect. Okay, you can see my screen, right? Yeah. So this is my, architect certification. Next, usually, I'm going to, take all this details from your end. So right now, I'm gonna skip this. Okay. Now, before joining this session, okay, you had some research on this MuleSoft, right? So someone else referred to you, or due to requirement, you want to learn this Mule, right? So may I know what is this MuleSoft? Anyone having any idea?
It is an integration tool.
Very good. It is an integration tool. Okay. Any other answers?
it's a middleware.
Middleware. Okay. Any other answers? Right. See, basically, MuleSoft is nothing but it is a integration tool. This MuleSoft, started in the year 2006. Okay. After this, by going that growth of the company, okay. So this Salesforce, Salesforce, right? This is one of the big CRM company. They acquired this MuleSoft in the year 2018. Okay. And what it will do when compared with other integration tools. So this MuleSoft, it is going to eliminate the donkey work. Okay. So how it is going to eliminate the donkey work? I'll give you one simple example. Okay. Let's say if you want to write any program, okay, in any programming language, if you take C, C++, Java, or Python, or anything, okay. So if you want to print a simple message like a hello world, how much time, like how many lines of code we need to write? Any guess from anyone?
2 lines or 3 lines, you can read.
No, if it is Python, 3 lines, right? If it is
Yes,
C
yes.
or Java, we need to write minimum 6 to 10 lines of code because headers only like 2 to 3 headers we need to mention it. Slash include stdio.h, conio.h. Then we have to write a main, then braces, then inside that front element, something we need to write, right? So in that, if you do any mistake, like if you missed any colon or semicolon or something, automatically it will throw error, right? But whereas in MuleSoft, okay, I can say there is no coding. So I'm going to showcase you one example. Okay. So this is the, just project name I provided. I will click on finish. Okay. Now, just now I told you, right, without writing any code, right? So what we can do, we can print the hello world message, how it is going to happen. If you see this, just now I created this project, right? If I go here, how many lines of code is there by default here? 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, right? You can see only 4 lines, right?
Yes.
So now what I'll do, I'm going to drag and drop one component here. See, the moment I drag and drop any component or connector, automatically code will be generated in the form of XML. Now, if I go to this configuration XML, can you see how many lines of code is there? 10. Earlier, maybe 4 or 5, right? Did I wrote any single line of code? No, right? Now, can you see now 10 lines, right? Again, what I'll do, I'm going to drag and drop one more component. If you see this, now can you see almost 20 lines of code is there. So this is the beauty of the MuleSoft. Okay, the moment you drag and drop any component or connector, automatically code will be generated. Understood? So this is how we can eliminate the donkey work. You don't want to write, so many lines of code and all. Nothing will be there. Okay. But, we have one concept called data view. Here, what you can do, you have to write small functions. That's it. Okay. We are not going to write any code and all. We have to write sample functions. That's it. So by writing that function automatically, according to your requirement, you can change the data. Let's say, imagine you are getting some employees data, the employees data which consists of some JSON format. But client they won't accept JSON. They want to accept some CSV format. What you can do? If you want to do manual process, it may take month. So by using this data view within a minute, what you can do, you can convert that entire maybe 1 lakh, records or 1,000 records, whatever it may be, you can easily convert it by using the data view. So that is the another most beautiful feature in MuleSoft. Okay, is this clear? Okay, so I can say in MuleSoft there is no coding. Everything will be drag and drop. So depending upon your requirement, you need to drag and drop any component or connector. Let's say I want to print some message here. So what I'll do, simply I'll do some connection configuration. So I'll test this connection, whether this port is available or not. So what is this? All these things we will discuss in the actual classes. In the demo, just I'm showcasing something. Okay. So now what I'll do, I'm going to take one logger. So what is the main duty of this logger? This guy is going to print the message in the console. Let's say if I write some message. Hello world. Okay. So now just we need to run this project. If you want to run this project, we do have n number of ways, guys. See, just right click on this empty space, run the project. Otherwise, can you see there is a run option? Click on this run. You can use this option. Third option is run as Mule application. Fourth option is click on this green button. Okay. Sixth option is there is one drop down. Click on this, run as Mule application. Seventh option is run configurations. New window will be open. You can select your project and you can write it. This is the seventh option. Eighth option is just right click, mm, run as Mule application. Ninth option is run configurations. You can select it and you can. By using all these 9 ways, you can select any way. Okay. Simply what I'll do, I'm going to right click, run the project, save it. Now your application will be executed here. Your project will be deployed here. You can see the progress. Say 56% is done. So like this, it will complete 100%. So if there are no errors in your project, what will happen? Build, succeed, deployed. Your application will be deployed. See, our application is successfully deployed. Okay. Now what you can do? We can test it. So to test this application, usually 99% of the companies they are using this tool called Postman. I hope many people having some idea on this Postman. Anyone having any idea about Postman? No idea? No problem. Even if you don't have any idea, so I'll explain you how to download and install and test this application. So just I'll make some request. See, we got 200. 200 means success. Now if I go to my studio, it will print the message. Can you see? Hello world. Okay. If you want to change this message, simply you just go to this logger. If you want, some any other message, you can replace it. Welcome to MuleSoft course. So let's say you want to print this message. Simply what you can do, already this application is running. Just what you need to do, you made one change, right? Once you made change, again you don't want to run this application. If you right click it, can you see we don't have option to start. Already your application is running. So that's why we have stop option. So what you can do, just simply save it. The moment you click on save, automatically your changes will be deployed. Again, your application will be redeployed automatically. See, this time we won't get, our application is deployed. Already last time deployed, right? Now it got started. Can you see? All your changes got reflected and your application got started. Now I'll clear this console. Okay. I'll go to Postman. I'll make a request. So we got 200 success messages. So now you can see, welcome to MuleSoft course. So this is how we can eliminate the donkey work. Okay. And you guys are using Redbus or Abibus or something, right? Let's say if you are using Redbus. Okay. So I want to travel from Hyderabad to Goa. So on this date. So I click on search bus, what will happen? Internally, one API will call and it is going to fetch the bus information. Can you see? We got all the bus info, right? Similarly, let's say if I take any one of the API. So if you take this API, dummy.restful API. So let's say what happened here. We are getting some employees data. Can you see? So slash employee, get all the employees data. So just now we fetch bus information, right? Similarly, if you are using this API, we will get the employees data. So we got all the employees data. So you can see jsonlink.com. I can paste it. So if I validate it, what happens? I'll open this postman. You can see we have some employees record. Okay. Almost 23 employees will be there. Okay. So this employee information, we need to fetch it. Okay. See now there is no error. So while copy pasting it, something got missed. Now again, if you want to test it whether okay. Okay, fine. Anyhow, we got the data, right? So by using MuleSoft, how we are going to fetch this data? So very simple. We just go here. We can take HTTP request. This, see all these things I'm going to explain each and everything very clearly in the coming class. Today just demo, right? I'm going to explain you how we can do it. That's it. Okay. So we have to configure this. So here host will be there, right? Here we have to provide host details. Let's say if I take this application, so this is the URL, right? So what is this? HTTPS is nothing but it is a protocol. Okay. This dummy.restapi.com will be there, right? This is the host. This we can call it as host. Whatever will be there, right? This we can call it as path. Okay. See, this is the actual URL. Okay. In this URL, we have three things: protocol, host, and then path. So these details we can provide it here. So if I go here, so protocol is HTTP or HTTPS, host is this is the host. Okay, click on OK. Now path is right. This is the path which we need to provide it. Okay. Now can you see? If I pasted it, there are no errors. Okay. Now what I'll do? I'm going to save this. See, this logger we can use in two different ways, guys. So first time what we did, we wrote some message. This message, it got printed, right? So I'll explain it one more way. So how we can use that logger in different way. So I'll go there. So this is not required. I'm going to delete this. Nothing will be here. Can you see? Now I'll make a request. See, we got all the employees data. See, in the postman, we got all the 24 employees data, right? If I go here, it will print welcome to MuleSoft Home. Okay. But now I don't want to print this message. Instead of this, whatever the data which I received here, all the 24 employees data, I want to display it in the console here. So for that, what we can do, so this is the logger, right? So I'm going to remove this. Can you see there is f of x? So this is the expression mode. Can you see if I place a cursor, switch to expression mode. The moment I click on this, so here I can write some expressions. So here you can see payload. Payload is nothing but actual data or actual message content. Whatever the data which we are getting here, that it is going to be displayed here. So whenever if I make a request, if I send it, what will happen? So here I configure, right? HTTP 008084/. So the moment I click on this, it will come to the listener. What this guy will do, he is going to listen our request which user or client sends. As a user or client, if you are sending any request, this guy, listener, he is going to listen our request. After that, if the request is valid, whatever we provided, can you see? Resource path is high and the protocol is HTTP 0.0.0.8084. Same I wrote it right. HTTP 0.0.0.8084/i. Okay, if I give instead of hi, if I write hello, okay, this is the invalid request, right? Now, if I make a request, it will not listen, will get error. Can you see? Not found. That means whatever we configured here, that is not able to found it. That's what it is showing. Can you see? Here I wrote hi, but what I did, I passed hello. So that's why we are not getting the output. So again, what I'll do, I'll change it as hi. Now, if I make a request, first it will go to listener. It is going to listen that request. If it is a valid, then it will pass to the next event. So in this event, what will happen? We are, calling to some RESTful APIs. See, 90%, most of the project, we are going to use this HTTP request. Whatever I'm showing these three things, I promise you, without these three things, there is no MuleSoft project I can say. That's why first I'm explaining all these things. Okay. In class, each and everything, I'm going to explain you what is this, when we need to use, which scenario we need to use, how to use, when to use, all these things I'll explain. Okay. So next it will go here. Here what will happen? We are calling one API. So what will happen? It will give some information. Let's say we are calling some bus info, right? So we are getting all the bus info here. In similar fashion, we are calling with, some employees details. So what will happen? We are getting those details. Those details I want to display in the console here. So that's why I'm using logger. In logger, we have two modes, guys. Literal mode. Can you see? Switch to literal mode. If I click on it, this is the literal mode. Literal mode means you can write your own custom messages. Whatever the message you want to display, that you can write it. But switch to expression mode. Here you have to write, data view functions only. Can you see? Now, if I write something, this is not, meaningful. See, it is giving some error. Understood? So we should not write, whatever we want here. Here always we have to use some data view functions. Got it? So I mention it as a payload. Now what I'll do? I'm going to save it again. See, we need to run this application once. After that, we need to save it. That's it. Let's say you people are, traveling through car or bike somewhere. Okay. You've seen a traffic signal. What you can do? There only 10 seconds will be there. What you can do? Are you going to stop your car or bike? No, right? Simply what you will do, you are going to stop your bike. Then again you will move it. You won't, stop your engine, right? Just you will stop it and engine will be running only, right? Similarly, here also, once we deploy our application once, we did not start it again and again. Okay. See, for this, we do have one option. If I go here, project, can you see? Build automatically. There is a tick mark. If we don't have tick mark, every time we need to run it. So now what I'll do, I'll make a request, send it. Say I got 200. We got the all the 24 employees data. Now I'll go here. See here you can see employees data, employee ID 1, 2. Okay, like this, all 24 employees data we receive. You can see and successfully all the records has been fetched. This is the 24th record, last one. Okay. So based on, see, this is what we are going to create it in the MuleSoft. You are going to create some APIs, or if someone already created some APIs, we need to consume it. This is very, very important interview question. How do you call a REST API? So if you want to call a REST API, we have to use HTTP request. Let's say now I don't want to fetch all the employees. I want to fetch only particular employee, single employee. Now what I'll do, I'm going to change this path. See, can you see what is the resource path? Here employees, here employee. So that's we need to change it. Here out of 24, you can provide any number, that particular details we will get. So here employee slash, let's say I want to fetch 20th employee information. So what I'll do, I'll keep it as 20. Now again, I'm gonna save this. This time what will happen? I'm calling different API. So I'll go here. I'll make a request. This time we should get only 20th employee information. So this we're supposed to fetch it. Instead of all, we need to get only this. Now I'll make a request. See, we got the same employee details. This is how we can fetch the particular record. So is this clear? So did I wrote any single line of code here? No, right? So this much of easy guys, MuleSoft. Everything will be, drag and drop, drag and drop. We are not going to write single line of code. So is this clear? Any questions from anyone? You guys are there. At least someone should respond. Am I audible or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are
Okay.
there.
So any questions here?
No, will you be teaching us Postman also, or how is that tool?
Yeah.
Tool?
Postman also I'll teach. Okay.
Okay.
Nothing will be there to teach. Okay. Just, we need to construct this URL
Mhm.
depending upon the requirement, what fields we need to pass. So how we are going to pass the, request through body or headers or query parameters like this. All the things we will, cover in the course. Whatever we
We
are
can
going to
also.
use in the, huh?
Yeah, go ahead. No problem.
Yeah. So what and all required, what and all I used up to now, that entire knowledge I'm gonna share with you guys. Okay. So trust
We
me,
have
like, yeah,
we also use Anypoint, correct? Because for getting the logs for these APIs for API testing purposes.
yeah. API testing we can do. So once you deploy your application, you can see the logs in the cloud. All these things we'll discuss. Starting, design to development, deployment. All these things we'll cover. So let me cover this PPT. Okay, up to now we discussed, right? It is going to eliminate the donkey work. How it is going to eliminate? Just now I showed you. If you take other, programming languages, we need to write, too much of code, complex, projects and all we need to do it. But in Mule, it will be very easy. So if you take this, MuleSoft history, see this and all, you will find out in Google also. So I don't want to waste your time, okay, to spend more on this. Basically, MuleSoft, they founded in the year 2003, this guy, okay. In 2004, they released first version that is called Mule version 1.0, okay. Now, 2006, they released 2.0 version. Okay, from there they recognized Mule. Okay, so this PPT I'm going to share with you. Okay, this history, all these things you can read it by your own. Can you see? As I told you earlier, in 2018, Salesforce announced, and they are going to acquire by this MuleSoft in a deal valued at approximately 6.5 billion US dollars. So within 12 years, how much they got profit. Why? Because this tool, they design like this. Okay. So up to now, what we discussed, what is MuleSoft, right? MuleSoft is nothing but it is a integration tool. What do you mean by integration? Can anyone tell me?
Adding.
Adding what?
Transform and transfer the data.
Very good. Any other answers?
Connection between two systems or two
Very good.
applications.
Very good. Connecting between two systems. Okay. So this is the normal definition, guys. If you ask any guy, like he will say same thing, connecting to systems, connecting to applications, connecting to human beings like this. But we should not, answer this question, in front of the interviewer. Okay. So we should not, tell always general definitions to the interviewer. Okay. So integration is nothing but, as you said, the communication between any two is known as integration, like between two softwares or between two human beings. So this you should not answer to the interviewer. Always you have to tell the technical definition. So integration is nothing but it is a technology which is used to transport and transform the data between end systems. So what do you mean by end system? End system or
It's
target
a
system?
external.
Very good. External system. It could be anything. It could be SAP, it could be Salesforce, it could be file connector, it could be database. Okay, it could be anything. So this, we need to answer to the interviewer. Okay. So as a part of the course, we are going to, cover with the Salesforce file connector database. All SAP we are not going to cover, but I'll tell you how we need to connect it. Why we are not able to connect with this SAP? Because it is not an open source. Okay, we need to buy this server. Okay, that's why how to connect with SAP I will show you. Okay, rest of the things complete, practical I can showcase to you. Okay, so if you want to learn this MuleSoft, what are all the softwares required? Anypoint platform. Anypoint platform is for design purpose. If you want to design any kind of API, we have to use this Anypoint platform. This I'll show you. This is, very, similar how we can create a Facebook and Gmail. In similar fashion, we can create this Anypoint platform also. Okay. And Anypoint Studio, Postman. Postman is for, testing purpose. Just now we seen, right? This Anypoint Studio and Postman. If we have these three fair enough, we can create any kind of application. But apart from this, irrespective of any technology, if you are, learning as a developer, if you are learning Java or .NET or SAP or MuleSoft or whatever it may be, so we need to learn these two tools, that is Git and GitHub. So I hope some people are working here, right? So you guys are using Git and GitHub, agree or not?
Yes.
Yeah, what is the main purpose of this Git and GitHub?
So to transfer the development changes from one environment to the another environment, like say like development branch to the QA branch, and then QA to the UAT in that way.
Okay, very good. Any other answers?
Push the code.
And we need to track the changes of all the files. So that's
Mhm.
why we will use the Git.
Okay,
It's a repository.
it is a repository. So from there, what we can do? We can store the data. See, for that we can use Gmail, right? If you want to store some data,
No, it's a
you
code,
can keep
correct?
your project and
It's a
you can
code
store.
where different developers can work on it, correct? But the code is a code repository where all the developers can access it and work on the code.
Yes, if you provide one SharePoint, in that SharePoint you can keep the data. All the developers they can access it, right? Then why we need to use this Git and GitHub?
It is a like a centralized system where anyone can access and
That's what I'm
modify.
saying. Even if you keep it as in SharePoint, that is also centralized repository. Any developer can take that code and he can do changes, right?
Here, like we can modify the changes and we can revert the changes and
Same you
all
can do it,
tasks.
right? Let's say I wrote ABC something. Okay. You can import that file and you can add XYZ and you can again keep the, same location.
Here tracking will be there and large number of files also we can able to do.
SharePoint also we can keep n number of files.
Mm.
Okay. So whatever you guys said, that is correct. First thing is, let's say daily what you will do, you are going to make so many changes, right? How many changes you made, that we cannot, track it in the SharePoint or whatever you can, wherever you can keep it. So this Git and GitHub, we are going to use for parallel development. Okay. Parallel development means multiple people are working on the same project and all people are working at a time and they are going to push their changes to Git. After that, we are going to merge those changes so that what we can do, we can complete the activity within the deadline. Understood? So for that purpose, we are going to use this Git and GitHub. Second thing is like, security. Security is nothing but, let's say if you are keeping your source code in your machine, imagine only two developers will be there. So imagine two developers will be there. In that, there will be some dependency. So imagine I need to, I'm going to create a sign up API. You are going to create a login API. Okay, almost 90% I completed. So this dependency is required for you. If I took a leave for 10 days, what will happen? That work will be delayed. Understood? If we are not going to maintain this Git and GitHub, that file will be there with me. Understood? So that there is no option to get my code. So that's why we are going to maintain this Git and GitHub. So multiple people are working in the same project. Imagine some people are working in India. What we'll do, we'll make some changes. We completed 10%. Some people are working some other countries, like you can take it as USA. In USA, like whatever the 10% which we completed, they are going to take that project from the GitHub. On top of it, they are going to working on it. Again, what they will do, they will sign out. If they'll sign out for their night, it will be morning for us. Again, what we'll do, we will take that code and we are going to work on it. So this is how, we can do the parallel development by using this Git and GitHub. Basically, this is one of the DevOps tool, but I added here. Why? Because as a developer, once you complete your activity, you have to push your code to the that central repository, Git and GitHub. Okay. So that's why I added this project. tools in this course. Okay. And we have one communication tool called Slack, or we can use Microsoft Teams. Okay. We should not use WhatsApp, Messenger, Insta to communicate with other employees. Okay. We have to use, professional tools, Microsoft Teams and the Slacks. Understood? So that's why we are going to use this Slack or Teams also. So whatever the softwares which I showed you, these are the pictorial representations. So highlights of this MuleSoft. Can you see? Easy installation of Anypoint Studio. This is fine. Can you see? More than 360. This is the old slide. More than 360 plus components or connectors will be there. So what do you mean by this component or connector? If we go here, so these are all components or connectors. You can see. If I go core, all this will be there. Okay, socket, all this. Let's say you want to connect with Salesforce, just type Salesforce. You can see all this Salesforce. Okay, let's say you want to connect with the database, just type database. So all database things you will get it. Okay, so like this, we do have more than 360 plus components or connectors will be there. So by using these components or connectors, what we can do, you can connect with any system very easily. Okay, you can integrate any kind of database very easily. So that is the beauty of this MuleSoft. And as we discussed, we have a data view, right? We use some functions in the data view. It is going to help in faster implementation of complex transformation. As we discussed earlier, let's say we are getting some 1,000 employees data in CSV format. You want to convert to JSON. So what you can do? You can easily use this data view. And we'll have well-established, ecosystem for resources. You will get, amazing documentation and the training videos for this MuleSoft. Okay. And we will have inbuilt monitoring tools, visualizer tools, policies, log tracing. So this is the, uh, main use of this MuleSoft. So why MuleSoft? Why not with other integration tools? This is the reason. We will have inbuilt monitoring tools, visualizer tools, policies, log tracing. Everything will be available at one single plate. Okay. If you take other integration tools, can someone tell me what are all the other integration tools, apart from this Mule? Apigee, TIPCO, Delbumi, IBM ACE, Talent, Oracle Service Bus, WSO2, Workato, SnapLogic. Like this, so many integration tools will be there. But when compare with all integration tools, why Mule is more popular? Because of the above slide. We will have more than 360 components will be there. By using that, you can integrate any kind of application very easily. That is point number one. Point number two, there we are going to use the data view. The point number three, we'll have all the inbuilt monitoring tools, visualizer, log tracing, all these things will be there. So in other, integration tools, we don't have all these things. So let's say if you are taking Delbumi, if you want to deploy your application, if you want to monitor it, again for monitoring, you need to buy a different service. So again, cost will be, we need to pay more like this. Okay. So these are the, other integration tools. I cannot say these are all competitors. Like for MuleSoft, there is no competitor at this moment. Okay, this is one of the, top leading tool in the market. Okay, in MuleSoft, we have three different phases: design phase, development phase, and a deployment phase. All these things we are going to learn it in coming classes. This course is designed for 1 month. In this 1 month, first 8 days we are going to spend in the design. If you go to other institute, they will spend only 1 hour or 2 hours, mostly 1 or 2 days. But here I'm going to cover you 8 days. I promise you, after 8 classes, if you follow my instructions, even if you are getting 10 plus years of work into MuleSoft, you can easily do it with the design part. That I can promise you. For development, it will take 22 classes. Sorry, it will take 20 classes. For deployment, it will take 2 classes. Total 1 month program. So in this 1 month program, we are going to complete all the things. So after completion of this course, this is the old slide, 3 years back, I updated this. After that, I didn't update it. Can you see this guy got placed, with the 9 lakhs package. Okay. This guy placed in Cognizant. Okay. This guy got some job. This guy also some job. So in this group, so many people got job. This guy is from, a different country, New Zealand. He also got a placed. Okay. So these are, only a few I mentioned. So what you will get, uh, at the end of the course or at the middle of the course, you will get, interview questions topic wise. Topic wise means daily I'm going to explain one topic. In that I'm going to provide 1 or 2 interview questions. Interview questions company wise. Let's say IBM, Accenture, Capgemini, like this. My previous students they attended. That interview questions I can share with you. And interview questions phase wise. Phase wise means design phase, development phase, deployment. So resume preparation will be there, personal references, and I'm going to provide 5 live APIs in design. That means we are doing some freelancing project. In that we have some APIs that we can give it to you, and you will get complete SQL videos free of cost. Why we are going to give this SQL? Because most of the time we are going to interact with the databases in the real time. Okay. So there we need to write some queries and all. For that, database engineers will be there. But still, if you learn this, it will be very easy for you. Even if they'll give some query, you can understand very easily. That's why we are going to offer this SQL videos completely free. And you will get, MCD level 1 certification free of cost. Okay. Only May, up to May, you will get it free of cost. After May, you have to pay 400 USD. That means almost if you want to do this certification, you have to pay some 32,000 rupees. So that you will get it free of cost here. Okay, how you will get this, certification voucher and all. I'm going to provide it. How you will get all these things, I'll explain. Interview support will be there. Okay. So these are the things you will get it. So this is the package for fresher. If you see this, IQVIA, this is one of the product-based company. So they offer 10 lakh per annum as a fresher. Same person, you got one more offer with the Cognizant with the 5.4 lakh. See, this guy got, like this, right? Package. Even you cannot get the same. You may get very less compared to this or very high, depending upon the company and how you are going to perform in the interview. These two things will be good. And for experience, this is for 4 years of experience. She got almost 18.5 lakh. Earlier, she don't know anything. She is working as a telecolor and she is earning some 25,000 per month. Now, after completion of this course, she got almost 18.5. She put, like 4 years of experience into fake and the current CTC, she mentioned 9 lakhs. And in Accenture, they got, 100% hike. They offered this much of package. See, even same, you won't get it. Maybe you may get less or more depending upon the company and how you are going to perform the interview. These things will be there. Okay. And coming to my team, we are almost 20 members of team. This is the old one. So we are all into, MuleSoft. All 20 people are into MuleSoft. What we'll do, we are going to provide some corporate trainings. We'll give some group trainings. So corporate means we'll go to some companies. There will give training based on their requirement. And the group training means this is the one group training. And we'll provide you work support. If you have any work, we can do it in MuleSoft. If you are getting any freelancing projects also, we can do it. Okay. We have a huge team for this. Sometimes, if you don't have, uh, resources, what we will do in this group, like let's say if you are people, some people doing good practice, what we can do, we are going to give some opportunity to work in this freelancing projects. For this, we can pay some amount also. Based on the hourly basis, we can pay some amount of work. Can you see in this batch, these people spent 17 hours. We paid 17,000 with this. Okay. Like this hourly basis, they can pay. So what will happen? They will get the live work and experience also. Okay. And if you see this, what and all the domains, they are going to hire this MuleSoft. Technology companies will be there. Financial services like banks will be there. HFDC, ICICI, First IDFC. All these companies are using this MuleSoft. Healthcare companies will be there. Retail and e-commerce. Okay, manufacturing companies, telecommunications, energy and utility, consulting firms. So government and public sector, automotive industry, all this, industries they're using this MuleSoft. And the companies. So here I mentioned only a few companies, list of few companies. Salesforce, Accenture, Deloitte, IBM, Capgemini, PwC, Cognizant, Infosys, ACS, Wipro. Okay, these are the top MNCs they are rating this MuleSoft developers. And you can see I mentioned almost 100 companies here. In this few, maybe I repeated. Okay, these are the companies they are hiring for MuleSoft developers. Okay, so who can learn this MuleSoft? Anyone can learn this MuleSoft, irrespective of any background, whether you are a student or you are working as a faculty or professor. Okay, you are a mechanical engineer or civil engineer. Anyone can work. So developers, let's say if you are working with other technology like Java developer or .NET developer, still you can learn this MuleSoft. Integration specialist, already they are working. I mentioned different integration tools, right? So those tools, they won't see much growth, so they can switch to this MuleSoft. Architects will be there. Okay, they can learn. API developers, business analysts, system administrators, technical project managers, data engineers. Okay, QA testers, they can learn. System analyst, database administration, students, everyone can learn this MuleSoft. Okay, so I'm going to share this PPT with you. So in this, you can go through the history and all the things. Okay. So I'm done from my end. So what I'll do, I'm going to offer, two more free classes. Okay. In that, we will talk about design, development, deployment. All the three things we will discuss next two classes so that you will have a clear picture on me also. Okay. So tomorrow also same time with the same link, tomorrow and after tomorrow. Next 2 days, I'm going to, give you completely free of cost. You don't want to pay single rupee. You just attend my training and you can decide it. Okay. So now I'll take your questions one by one. So any questions you can ask me. So I'll
Yeah,
give you 5 minutes of time. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, myself, Chiranjeevi. So I'm like a Salesforce developer. So
Yeah.
how can I develop my career in this MuleSoft? So like,
Yeah, already, you are working with Salesforce, right? So if
yeah,
you
yeah.
learn this MuleSoft, this is definitely an advantage. Why? Because most of the time, as I told you earlier, we are going to interact with the database or Salesforce. Already you have a Salesforce experience, right? So that
Yeah,
if you learn this MuleSoft, this is the added advantage. Your profile will fly like anything.
okay. I mean, like in Salesforce also, I'm like a integration side only. I'm working on it. So, um, I mean, like I missed the install session
Yeah,
today.
here what will happen? You are going to interact with so many end systems or target systems. Okay, if you learn this MuleSoft, you can integrate with the SAP, Salesforce, database, Amazon, AWS, Azure. All these things we can integrate it.
It is like a middleware tool or like
Yeah,
how?
middleware on middleware.
Okay.
Okay.
Like a postman or you were
No,
saying?
no, no. Postman is for testing purpose. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Any
here
other?
you
That's
will
why you
teach.
can attend tomorrow and day after tomorrow. You will get full clarity on this tool.
Okay. You will teach like a development of MuleSoft, right? I mean,
Development. Yes, developer. MuleSoft developer.
and here like any coding will be there or like how it will be?
There is no coding. That's what I explained, right? I already showed you, right?
Okay.
That's why tomorrow and day after tomorrow you can attend it so that you will get more clarity. If I
I mean, like,
explain like
yeah.
10 or 20 minutes, you cannot understand. So that's why I'm going to offer 2 more classes.
Okay. And here like any JSON, like JSON structure building,
Yeah,
those details also.
100% we are going to use JSON only. Why? Because we are constructing RESTful APIs. So obviously we will use JSON only.
Okay. And you will teach any SOAP integration, those
Yeah,
details.
SOAP also I will explain how you need to call the SOAP API. That is also I will explain. Even we don't use that SOAP, but still I added in the course content.
Okay.
Others, any questions? Any questions you can ask me. Even if it is silly doubt also, don't mind, you can ask me, I can answer.
So other than Anypoint platform and Anypoint studio, will you be also Elk also be taught here?
Sorry?
Elk, Elasticsearch.
ELK.
Yeah,
No,
ELK.
no, ELK we won't use here.
Okay. And can I request you? Can you share your WhatsApp number? I need to discuss in person with you.
Yeah,
In
yeah, no
one-to-one.
problem.
So
Yeah,
can you please
after,
give me the
demo
number given in that
classes.
WhatsApp is your personal number or is
Yeah,
it's a
that is my, yeah.
okay. So what time you're available in Indian time?
I'm available at 11:30.
AM or that's morning
Yeah,
11:30?
11:30 AM IST.
Until what time you're available? 11:30 to?
11:30 to 12 I'll be free. Again, 12 I have some meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
So okay. And
Yeah.
anytime in the evening times you're available?
Yeah, you just text me, if I am available, I'll directly call to you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Others, any questions?
సార్ దీని మీద కాల్స్ ఎప్పుడు ఉంటాయా లేకపోతే సీజనల్ గా ఉంటాయా ఎలా సార్ ఇది
సీజనల్ కాదండి. ఇప్పుడు కూడా లైక్ నడుస్తుంది కదా, వేరే టెక్నాలజీస్ కాల్స్ లేవు, మ్యూల్ కి బాగా వస్తుంది. నేను ఈ మంత్ లోనే 7 కంపెనీస్ పోస్ట్ చేశాను ఓపెనింగ్స్. అట్లా మా ప్రీవియస్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ప్లేస్ అయిన వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు కదా, వాళ్ళు అట్లా. ఓకే.
With the
సో ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్
Salesforce,
హ్యావ్ ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్, యా.
with the Salesforce, and if we learn the MuleSoft as well as, so how much the package we can expect like
See,
for
package I told you, right?
yeah.
See, completely depends on 3 factors. First thing is let's say you are already working, right?
Yes.
So you are earning some package, your current CTC. Based
Okay.
on your current CTC, they are going to provide some hike. That is first scenario. Second scenario is depending upon the company. If you are going for service-based company, always you will get some less package. If you are going for, same experience, product-based, you will get more. That is second thing. Third thing is depending upon the requirement. If it is urgent requirement, if you are performing extraordinary, then you can ask more. These three things will be there. These are the factors. So depending upon the, all the three things, your package will be decided.
Yeah. Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, if you don't have any questions, we'll catch up tomorrow, same time, same link. Thanks all. Thanks for your time.